The African Guarantee Fund is something that we put in place to make sure that tomorrow we still survive in Africa. If you look at these emerging countries, the drivers of this growth are SMEs. And AGF is trying to do something, say, let's go to partner with our partners, our bankers, our friends, the bankers, to see how together we can find a better way to assess this SME, a better way to make them to easily access the money that you have in your vault. This is the reason of this kind of training.
AGF's mandate is to assist financial institutions scale up their financing of African SMEs. And AGF does this through two primary interventions. One is the provision of financial guarantees to financial institutions, and as well as helping them with SME financing capacity development assistance.
We realized together with AGF that there's actually a gap in the market, a need in the market actually for bankers to do this training, because SME banking is very difficult. There are many challenges with SMEs face, so you'll find a lot of them can't get access to finance because they lack proper bookkeeping, they lack collateral, so we're basically holding the training to help the bankers understand SMEs better, and once they have a better understanding of the SMEs, they will be better able to serve them.
We partner with financial institutions across the entire African continent. So what you're seeing today is just a sample of representatives of some of the financial institutions that we have partnered with.
SME as a segment is the growth engine of economies. If you look at Africa, emerging nations, we see SME contributing significantly in terms of the GDP growth, in terms of the income for various institutions. Again, in terms of even employment levels, SME participate in the growth engine of how they drive the economy.
AGF supports SMEs, and basically they're trying to support them to get access to financing. AMSCO actually supports SMEs, but what we do it is not in terms of financing, but in terms of management experience. So we second managers to SMEs, and we do training for the staff in SMEs to help, build their capacity. So with AGF giving them the funding and we giving them the expertise that they need, it's a good marriage, to upgrade the SMEs in the market.
This training actually has come in handy for our organization because we actually started piloting SME lending 1 year ago. We are actually now implementing it, and we needed actually a team of people to be able to go through the process so that we be able to understand the risks that are inherent in SME lending, how to identify them, how to mitigate them, and how to be able, equip some of our staff to be able to do the credit scoring.
We invest funds for development organizations that use us as a conduit through which to impact small and medium enterprises, especially the high risk and high impact small and medium enterprises. We particularly focus on small and growing businesses. The challenges that are being faced across East Africa, with what I've noted in the training among my colleagues, is that yes, loans are booked, customers are served, but at the end of the day, managing the portfolio is quite hard because of omissions or commissions that were made from the very beginning. So we came in to learn the whole process from the very beginning to the very end.
If you look at the Kenyan economy today, or the world economy today, the focus has been on SME, and I think that's the next frontier. And in the past, there's been no knowledge on the processes and how to deal with SMEs. We are more used to individuals, corporates, but SMEs, it's actually a big knowledge gap. So far, it's been quite educative. It's been able to narrow down quite a bit of the gaps that we've had, the knowledge gap.
The facilitators are really experienced. They are very knowledgeable, I may say, and they are sort of letting you also now think, you know, because ideally we are not new to lending or relationship management, but then have we been able to really focus and decide that it's SME and this is how we are going to. So we are being put to task, sort of, even in coming up with the solutions or problems we are being given. So we have to think and really, so I hope and I believe that will replicate when we go back to work.
We have competitively selected and created a database of facilitators and consultants whose aim is to help us run programs of this nature. So once in a while, once we have a program such as this one running, we go back to the database and you know, pick out those facilitators, trainers, and consultants whose capabilities, experience, and background, you know, match what we require.
This course is a course on how to finance small businesses, small and medium enterprises. And the course covers everything. It begins with the question of strategy and whether a bank should even enter into a small business financing activity. But then it covers the business case. Why should they do it? Why does it make financial sense? And if you can answer a positive to these two questions, then this course is designed to give you practical advice on how to do it, ranging from how to approach clients, how to assess their value, how to understand the risks that you're taking, how to structure the loans, and how to service those loans after you've made them. In this group, you have lenders who have never made loans before to small businesses, but they've made them to corporates, or they've made them for retail lending or for microloans. At the other extreme, you have 8 incredible loan officers who have more than 200 loans that they've made to small and medium enterprises. And when you bring these two together, you might think they certainly don't fit together. But when you put them together, you can see not just the way we facilitate, but also through the way that they interact, that these loan officers are learning from each other in very important ways. So we facilitate, we provide best practice, but the reality is that these bankers are delivering advice to each other that is real and close to the markets that they're working in.
We have had so many people from different organizations who look at SME in a different way, how they define it, the different approaches, and I think that has been very enriching for us. I think the second thing is having people who have come from different areas, and here I mean the facilitators, having traveled all over the world in Europe, Asia, America, in Africa, and giving us the experiences on how to go about making assessment and how SME respond to financial institutions' product offerings. And how we can be able to, synchronize this and, help them, and also help the banks or financial institutions to understand their needs.
We try to put together all the ideas to see how we can transfer this success from one bank to another bank, from one region to another region, for us together to win this battle. For me, is the battle of the SME.
If the SME sector was nurtured properly, if it was facilitated properly through increased access to financing, it could, in a larger way, provide the needed solutions to youth unemployment. Because SMEs, by their very nature, they employ what one would call labor-intensive technologies.
Through this training, they will be able to get the financing that they need to grow their businesses. Once a business grows, it becomes sustainable, it becomes profitable, it goes beyond the business now, it begins to touch society, so that the communities around those entrepreneurs also begin to flourish. We're going to make a difference actually to countries and the continent as a whole.
The capacity building by AGF is actually going to be of great value to my organization, because if I'm able to get knowledge on how to be able to mitigate the risks inherent in SME, I'll be able to add value to the various organizations that we are going to support.
There has been a spectrum of expertise in this room, ranging from microfinance institutions to high-end corporate banks. And we are getting to cross-pollinate, skills and to know how to best help our clients.
This needs to be spread out to more people. So far it's been quite educative. More people need to actually have the knowledge and the skills to deal with SME.
I want them to feel confident in the way that they approach clients, that they at least know that on a preliminary level, this is a client that I want to lend to.
Relationship management, being your partner to your customer, that is the one I'll take home. Being a partner means you come up with the right products because you've understood them and offer them in the right way. It's all encompassing.